recording? I'm just gonna
This is
look
my
at
audience for
type.
the speech today.
Yeah.
Money, 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 money. It is an extremely powerful driving force in how we navigate through our lives. It plays a large role in how our childhood is conducted and even a large role in our lives as adults. Children are not usually burdened with the responsibility of money and all the tribulations that come along with it, but as we grow older, we become more aware of money's importance and we begin learning the many different aspects of this concept we call money. I've always tried to maintain a plan with my money by budgeting out my expenses, deciding how much spending I can afford and how much I am able to save each month. This is much easier said than done, and I find myself adjusting it to be geared towards my wants rather than needs. Reading Sue Orman's self-help book, The Money Book for the Young, Fabulous, and Broke, not only strengthened my ability to be more mindful with my money, it also gave me valuable knowledge on the subject to share with others. Understanding all the concepts dealing with money in our adult lives is a constant flow of information in which we can develop our skills further to try and set ourselves up to be financially stable now and well into the future. This self-help book covers a plethora of subtopics in regard to the importance of money at this point in our lives, including making payments on student loans in combination with other monthly expenses, establishing and developing a solid credit score, along with choosing an appropriate career that will satisfy both emotional and financial needs. The first regular expense we may experience as college graduates is our student loans. Balancing student loans with our other regular expenses can be difficult but attainable. A large portion of students who attend a university find themselves with some kind of student loans by the time they graduate. The author, Sue Orman, writes about how to spend leftover money every month, contributing to student loan costs or to a retirement account of some kind. Setting yourself up for retirement is an important aspect of how we spend our money. The return on payments into an employer-matched 401k is significantly higher than the interest rates on most student loans. Each dollar deposited at age 25 on a 10% annual return will return $90.52 by the retirement age of 65, according to her book. Meeting minimum payments each month is essential in the long run, but in the long run, your money can have a much more powerful impact on your life going towards retirement. Student loans are often a necessary evil, though, in order to obtain a degree, which will ultimately allow you to make more money in your career. Paying off the student loans is important, but the short-term expenses that we acquire through credit cards can have a much stronger impact. Credit cards allow people to establish a line of trust with money lenders that allow us to purchase things that are too expensive to purchase outright. It is extremely helpful when it comes time for a large purchase, like a house or a car. In regards to the interest rate and payments you receive, you want to have a higher credit score to receive lower interest rates and lower payments every month. The author of the self-help book discusses using a credit card to build credit by just using your necessities as much as you can, not overloading the credit with trivial wants. Credit cards are a bitter need that we have to deal with in order to make larger financial decisions, and misuse of these could put people in a troubling financial situation. However, using them responsibly and in a fashion that you can keep up with can leave you with a solid financial stance. All of the expenses we incur will be important in some way, but none of it will be made possible without a suitable career choice. One of the most difficult decisions we face as young adults in choosing a career or a field of study in which we find interesting, but sometimes it doesn't turn out how we expected, and we need to know what to do. Orman heavily emphasizes that happiness trumps misery, and no one wants to be unhappy for 5 days out of the week. But jumping the gun on a career change is essential. The burdens that accompany a career change are much easier to overcome when you don't have the added responsibility of the mortgage on a home, having a spouse, or even children. Being happy and comfortable in your daily life is something that we take for granted very easily, especially when a paycheck comes along with it. But choosing a suitable career that keeps you motivated is much more rewarding. Although these three subjects are extremely important, they are just the beginning in the coming endeavors. As we grow up, we start to learn a few of these subtopics, but getting to the age where we are now, we kind of have to learn them more for ourselves. We're being less financially helped like by our parents. So from a young age, we're taught that it is important, but it's not everything. Happiness cannot be bought, and unfortunately, when you have no money, it can cause dissonance or unhappy that will carry you into other parts of your life. Money has been written into stone as something we find valuable, and different aspects of how finance in our lives can help and hurt us is extremely valuable information. Thank you. Job fairs can be an extremely important aspect and super helpful when we're growing up and trying to figure out like a career that we might be interested in, and especially helpful when we don't know what career we're interested in.